Good day to everybody. Grand Rising. Welcome to another day. I'm here waiting, drinking my tea. So once you guys get in here, I'll start chatting. Get your coffee, get your tea. Start the day off with a warm drink. Good morning, Luscious. How are you? Good day, Carbon Q. I'm trying to stop saying good morning, but habit. Good day, Carbon Q. Hey, badass 98 Stang. I didn't put the notification on till the last minute. I decided to stay up. Hey, good day to you, Tammy. Oh, give me a second here. Blessings to the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick. Thanks for rolling on through. Blessings to D Macro Journey. Killing it in Tori's brain games. I am drinking turmeric tea bag. I think it's turmeric, ginger, something, some celestial brand, organics. I'm trying to clean up all my tea bags. I have a lot of tea bags, so I'm trying to clean them all up. Good day to you, Cottonwood. Greetings to the Cape. So I'm just so I'm having some turmeric tea. Talk about some what's in the news. I'll be looking on my phone to see what's going on, but a few things in the main news. But we'll give a minute for people to kind of wake up. I got my tea here. I got my watermelon juice, the last one in the counter, warming up. I don't like it so cold. Good day to you, Drunken Chef Barbecue. I don't like certain. I don't know. When you get older, tell me if it's you too. Your cold drinks kind of hurt your teeth sometimes. I don't know if it's just me or sensitive. Not my gums, but I don't know. Good day, Soul Sister. Good to see you. I'll be listening in the cut. Okay, yep. I gotta go do some gardening, which is not really gardening. The frost is here. It's been here, and I haven't finished cleaning up. But one of my cauliflowers cauliflowered, so there's a purple little head on there. So I'm quite pleased with that. So I'm still having stuff outside. All the brassicas are still outside. I have a blanket for them, a fleece covering. Good luck finding that in the garage. This is the problem. I can't find some of the stuff that I have. And then you end up rebuying things, which is not a good habit. So I'm going to look for it. Yeah, I've been up early. I went to bed late last night. Who told me to go watch Mission Impossible? I got sucked in, and then I ran home from where I was to finish watching it on TV. But it was nice to just fart around and watch a movie. And I don't do that very often. But man, I had the TV on for a bit, and I had to turn it off. It's just like, I don't know. When you don't watch TV and then you watch TV, it's like all a bunch of junk. It's just like all at once. The commercials are junk. Everything is just there's so much things that you don't even want to be a part of. It's like, you know what? I'll just take my news in like the news stations, and then that's it. And even then they regurgitate the same junk. Good day, G Mama. Um just a lot of junk out in these streets. Well, there's a few things that caught my eye, probably on YouTube / the news feeds, because that's where I get stuff from. And sometimes I don't get news because you're so busy living your life. Oh, let me drop the link because I'll again forget to do that. You're so busy living your life that you don't even really keep track of the news. It's just get up, work, yard work, run errands, shopping, whatever, and then repeat. Sleep, then repeat. You don't really, I'm not sitting down taking the news. And nothing's really happening over here per se, but it's good to keep up with things. So anybody who's there, get your hot drink. Hopefully you maybe already had it, but get your hot drink. It's good for your stomach. Prime your system for the day. And I dropped the link so y'all can come up if you want to come up at different times. So I'm sure you all have heard, and I don't think I'm going to be too long today because the daylight hours here are much less. I'm trying to get the frost is kind of melting now. It's not gone yet. I want to mow the lawn one last time. I should have done it already, but you know how that goes. I had to fix something in the furnace room. I got a call this morning, lady downstairs. Something's dripping, so the humidifier on the furnace, something's not attached properly. So I'm gonna have to just shimmy something together. So I'll deal with that later. And then something else happened. Oh, the pipe outside, something needs fixing. I've been trying to fix it. Somebody told me it's not the right size. I'm gonna have to try another solution. That needs to be addressed. My snow tires are on the car, but they are leaking because before I got them on their own set of rims, I was taking them on and off each season, and the previous owner was too. So maybe the seal isn't as tight. So I'm gonna have to ask the mechanic to maybe put some seal around the inner rim, and it's a slow leak. It's just a lot going on. So I had to get the pump for my dad's car, put it in my car, and then just pump up the tires. And it's not even winter yet. So you can imagine I did that all winter last year, pumping up the tires every day, checking my tires. Always something. You've got to figure out what's more important at the time and then take care of that first. They're like, why didn't you fix the tires from last year? I'm not driving that often. Good day to you, Black Guns. I'm not driving that often, so it's not that, inconvenient. And I check my tires now before I leave. I always check, make sure there's air before I leave because I know they leak. So I will address it this week. It just wasn't a priority. Other things were more important. And that's about it. And today someone's supposed to come by and fix the shed for the chicken coop part. So hopefully that's addressed. Good day to you, Salon Diva V. So hopefully that's addressed today. He said the weekend, so that could mean Sunday. I'm hoping, I told him Saturday because I want to see what he's doing because I'm very particular. But then again, who cares? Let's just get it done. I don't want it to look too bad. And then so I can paint it. And I found some hens that are still available. So hopefully if I can get it done in time, I can get hens. They're a year and a half, the guy said. They're more expensive than I want to pay, but they're already winter hardy. They've already molted. I can put them right outside, which is perfect. I don't want chickadees right now because they would have to be inside. So things are coming along. But let's talk about what's in the news. Let me Oh yeah, I didn't watch the video yet. I see so sister watch. I saw the notification, but I didn't watch it yet. He had something about things that are not firearms, so I'm gonna check that out a little later. And so good to see you guys all this morning. Let me see what's, hold on, give me a second here. So everything is going well with the garden, with the cold tolerant crops. My body is actually feeling better. I started juicing again for those of you who keeping up to date with what I'm talking about. So this week Lashes and I started like a fasting kind of thing. I don't know if to call it fasting. Just it was called a fasting, but it's like, nah, I can't fast. Sorry, let me just something caught my eye here. Sorry, Cottonwood is saying we get chickens for free. The farms cull them every year, and we just take some home. Oh, good to know. I wasn't sure if. Good day to you, Life with Marlene. What's the tea? It's a ginger turmeric tea. Let me get the wrapper for you guys because maybe you can. I know you guys can find it. It's actually very good. Hold on. Let me find the wrapper. Just in case you guys are interested. Hopefully the background. Hold on, make sure I get it at an angle. Okay, so Celestial brand organic ginger turmeric tea. If you know the brand, I'm trying to get the logo and the yeah, that's the name of the tea. And caffeine free, gluten free. It says organic ginger, organic cinnamon, and organic turmeric. And if you want it to work better, you can always sprinkle some black pepper in there when you steep your tea. And it tastes good. it has a bit of a bitterish taste because turmeric has a earthy taste. So yeah, I'm drinking that today. I have a few left. I'm gonna buy some more, but I'm trying to finish all my bags. But anyways, back to the chickens. Yeah, I did not know. Yeah, so I was wondering about the age. So they said 18 months, which is not too bad. So hopefully, if I feed them right, yeah, they'll keep laying. So to buy them is like $15 a piece. If I'm gonna negotiate with him and see if he'll take less. And I think I can fit 3. I'm trying to squeeze 4. We'll figure that out. Yeah, turmeric. You know what? An article came to me today from someone about turmeric, so I'll share that with you guys in a minute. Yeah, that brand's a good tea. So if you're looking for tea, I know we're all trying to grow our own herbs and stuff, and I am growing my own herbs, but I don't have everything. I don't have enough ginger to be making. My aunt used to send me grated ginger from Jamaica because you can't ship root crops, but she would dry it. She would grater it, dry it in the sun, and then bring me back the flakes. And that was what I used for tea. And it was very potent because the Jamaican ginger is very potent. But she passed away, so that's I would have to go there. So when I do go there down myself, I'm going to make sure my uncle knows, okay, get the ginger ready, the turmeric ready, sun them, dry them. He used to sun the sorrel for me so that when I'm ready to leave, I have all my bush. I do not come back without bushes and herbs. Lemongrass, which we call fever grass. I come back with guinea hen weed, all the different stuff. Those of you who are Caribbean, you come back with your allspice, your pimento, your peppermint, all kind of bush. And then when customs pulls me over, they're like, looking for other stuff. And I'm like, no, that's this, it's that herb. And you're going through and they sniffing and smelling. I'm like, anyways, that's another story. But yeah, get your herbs. But if you can't, invest in some organic tea. Yeah, it's a must. Black pepper. And I started using the liquid pepper. It's expensive. If you want chicks, it's cheaper. But I'm too late for chicks. And it's too cold for me to I don't want them in the house. I already have the gnat problem. I don't need to be adding gnats and ticks and all kind of other stuff to the problem. So no. But yeah, and I guess you're in a different province. It's probably cheaper for you to buy those things in your province. Plus, it's on Kijiji. So, I think $15 for one chicken is a bit excessive. But let me see here what badass. I got an old hen that I've had for 18 years. Oh, wait, that's my what? You're going to be single in a minute. She starts reading the chats. I had turmeric. Okay. I had an article. Since we're on turmeric, we'll go to turmeric first. And I'll just skim through the article that someone sent me this morning, funny enough. I think people kind of exaggerate. So I'm not going to watch the chat. So if anyone comes in, I miss you. Sorry. Let me just quickly go to turmeric because I'm like, what? So the article is from thenewscientist.com. Turmeric supplements have been linked to liver damage in 5 people. And this is what you have to take things with a grain, not even grain, with a tablespoon of salt. 5 people. And now there's this whole big article probably going to cause, fear and trembling in people. So it says here, 5 new cases of jaundice have been associated with the regular consumption of turmeric supplements and teas. The tea part surprises me because teas are more mild. But anyways, with all cases recovering after treatment. So the article is from the New Scientist. Again, this is just for free use. All credit goes to them. Okay, I see you. I'm coming to that in a second. So there's 5 new cases of liver injuries. So 5 cases to me doesn't warrant this article, but they're writing it anyway. So you have to read things with, a bit of discernment. So people's skin, if you know jaundice, the skin turns yellow. Obviously they have some kind of metabolic problem while they're getting jaundice. The turmeric is a yellow spice from the Curcumin longo plant. It has been blah, 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 good for arthritis and hay fever in some studies. So as of May 2021, more than a dozen cases of turmeric-related liver injuries have recently been reported to the U.S. National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases. 5 new incidences were presented at the annual scientific meeting of the American College of Gastroenterology, North Carolina this week. I'm just skimming down. A 49-year-old woman who had no underlying health issues developed nausea, vomiting after taking a daily supplement. The dose recommended on the package was for 3 months. Her issues were resolved when she temporarily stopped the supplement, but returned when she resumed the regimen. She also developed yellowing to her skin and the whites of her eyes. Blood tests and liver biopsy later revealed she had severe liver injury. Then you scroll down, they're talking about some other stuff. Yeah. So I don't know what their problem is with the turmeric. Maybe they have some kind of digestive problem or their liver can't synthesize it properly. But, you're hearing now negative effects. I think everything in moderation, maybe not everything, but if you're taking a break from things and rotating things in and out, I think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. Taking it every day may be a bit much. I don't drink. Hey, good day to you, D Mood. I don't drink it every day. I rotate between like peppermint, lemon balm. Like, you rotate your herbs. So I guess that's what we should be doing, but that's what they're saying now. I'm still going to drink turmeric and eat turmeric, but again, moderation. I'm shopping in the wrong place. Yeah, I don't know any hatcheries. This is exactly the problem. I don't know any hatcheries. I'm going to have to pay what I have to pay because I don't think the hatcheries are hatching anything right now, unless I'm wrong, in the winter. I don't think farmers are taking chicks now. It's usually in the spring, right? And I want to maybe I'll just buy 2. Because remember, I'm sharing it with my family. Like we're splitting the costs. So it's not like I'm not getting hit by it that much. But if I get 2 to learn about raising chickens, because I'm doing it more for learning and then how to deal with the eggs and sanitation and, fertilizer. I want the fertilizer. You want to, protect them from diseases. You just learn about raising hens and then maybe in the spring order some chicks. But yep. Let me see here. Yeah, she knows that her husband's a joker. I'm sure after 18 years, she's knows how to deal with him. Yeah, at least he didn't call her an old. Hey, Jocelyn, good to see you. Oh, the treatment was the same treatment that was mentioned in the article referred to how they treat acetaminophen poisoning. Again, if you're seeing side effects from what you're taking, if you're taking any new supplement, even though it's natural, watch what your body's doing. If you see anything that's not really too right, maybe tone it down or, stop it altogether to see if the side effects stop. I know for me, my digestion was kind of like, whoa. Sometimes oregano oil kind of is like too much. Hey, good day to you, Gina. But sometimes we just take because it's the latest craze. Again, smaller supplements are very potent. You don't need like tons and tons. Just a little bit goes a long way. And if you're taking it consistently, that's also good. But 5 people, the article was written for 5 new cases, and then there's about less than a dozen. So it's not that many. So obviously there has to be some kind of metabolic problem. And now they're making it this whole thing. So, but again, use wisdom. When you're taking your herbs, try to keep note of any changes or any effects that you may have. Sometimes the effects are negative at first because you have to get your body used to it. And once your body's used to it, it's fine. But again, do your own research. This is not medical advice. Do your own research, but this is what the article is saying. And you can take it from there and research on your own from there. I'm missing a lot of people. Give me a second to catch back up with the chat. Give me a quick second. They are like Amish people, but they use technology. They have chicken barns, and sometimes when they cull, they just dump the chickens in the garbage pile. So I know culling is when they are going to freezer camp, right? I'm just lost at the part you're saying they just dump in the garbage. So if they don't want to use the chicken, they just throw it the whole like the chicken alive. Is that what you're saying? Just clarify that for me. I'm not sure. I don't know how that works. That's why I sound a bit confused. Hey, good morning to you, Erica. Grand Rising. Um, hey, Earth Varieties, good to see you. Well, pain relievers, I'm not sure. Yes, there are, but I'm not sure what they are. I know inflammation, ginger and turmeric deal with inflammation, which is pain. Um, I know sorrel is good for menstrual cramps. I don't know what kind of pain you're having. There are some things that are good for migraines. There's some essential oils, sniffing them are good for migraines. It all depends. You're going to have to maybe specify, and then somebody in the chat may be able to help you. But then again, it's not medical advice. We're just sharing information. Do your own research, please. Good day to you, Kenyatta's Journey. People just greeting each other, saying, hey. Yeah, I'd rather herbs than pills as well. The side effects are less. There's side effects with herbs as well if it's taken excessively, but I think nature has everything that we need, and we need to go back to the old-fashioned ways. These pills have so many side effects, it's not even funny. Good day to you, Yaya's Best Life. Did I miss anybody? I think I caught up now. Okay, let me just so headaches and menstrual. Okay, let me go back. Headaches and menstrual. I'll go back to Cottonwood. So I know sorrel because I did a video short on sorrel. It helps with menstrual cramps, but we know when you make sorrel, we make it with ginger. I make mine with ginger, clove. I put pimento in mine because another lady, my friend's mom used to put pimento, and I like the flavor. You put the sorrel, obviously, and you put sometimes put some rum and some wine, depending if I'm making the natural one or the alcoholic one. But yeah, those things help with menstrual cramps. Menstrual cramps, some people take, again, this is just conversation, evening primrose going up to their cycle, and that helps with cramps. The evening primrose, and there's something else that I can't remember, but I'm hearing a lot about black seed oil. I'm started taking that, and that's supposed to help with everything. And also certain juices. Now that I'm juicing again, like regularly, the juicing helps with headaches and menstrual cramps. Like the cilantro, the parsley, the beetroot, those all help with all the overall. So check it out. Sometimes it's diet. There's a few people I know that are dealing with fibroids. They're trying to get rid of the fibroids and the excessive pain. And when I say pain, I'm talking about you can't function pain. I know most of us women have a higher tolerance for pain because of our cycles for most of your adult life. But some women literally like on the floor, like stabbing, fibromyalgia or the other extra cysts. They have ovarian, all the different stuff. It's excruciating. Pain meds don't help. So they're changing their diet and cleaning up, and it seems to be mitigating those effects. But you're definitely food. You can't run away from what you're eating. You can't, be eating fast food and then taking herbs and think it's going to work. It's not going to work because the food that you're eating is going to counteract against the positive effects of the herbs. But I know evening primrose, I know when I eat properly, the headaches and the cramps are not so severe. I haven't taken pain like an Advil. Well, I've taken an Advil maybe once. I took it, I know, when I had the Corunda, because the headache, I've never had a headache like that in my life. That must have been a migraine. I don't know what that was. My head was going to pop open. So I did take a Advil. So that was like 2021. And I did take acetaminophen because I must have ripped a muscle from all the coughing. I was coughing for like 2-3 weeks straight. And under my rib, I felt like this, like I pulled a muscle. So I did take that for anti-inflammatory because I need to get relief. But other than that, no, I haven't taken pain meds in a long, long time. I haven't needed to. So that's definitely from the food. But let me just pop back to Cottonwood. Yes, when the butcher, they have 7,000, I guess, 7 chickens. They do, and they don't always use all of them. A lot goes to waste, and so sometimes they don't mind letting. What? Okay, I didn't know that. All right, I'll see what I can do because I know they have hatcheries here, but they're out of the way. But maybe, yeah, just do your own research. Oh, yes. That's the other one. Thanks, D Mood. Raspberry leaf tea is good for menstrual cramps and um reproductive organs, not just even cramps, like cleaning your uterus, cleaning your womb, fibroids, cysts, all the different problems. Oh, good. Oh, okay. So Gina sees you all, but she can't. She's driving. She can't type each person. So I got raspberry leaf tea. Well, somebody got it, and I stole some from them because they had a huge bag, like the size of a small bag of flour on Amazon, organic. So hopefully it is organic, and that helps as well. Yeah, red raspberry leaf tea. I was taking that, but I don't take it every time. I take it like again, I rotate things in and out. Too much of one thing isn't good. So I take that, and there's another tea that somebody was it red raspberry leaf? Because I know I can't remember. But if you look up certain teas like for womb health and stuff, it's kind of part and parcel. But yeah, red raspberry leaf is very good. I've been using that and it does work. Do you know what if it is because of time? Probably time. They're doing 7,000 chickens and they have a timeline. I guess it's like, we have enough. Yeah, evening primrose. I've taken that. And again, I stopped taking it. Like I rotate things in and out. So, and sometimes I'm doing teas, sometimes I'm doing supplements. Again, you gotta talk to your doctor to find out what can work for your body. But menstrual cramps are not something yeah, it's not a some people think, oh, just take a pill. Sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes it's chronic pain and it's debilitating. And employers are not very sympathetic when you literally cannot function. And some women have excessive menses. I'll choose my words carefully because um excessive menses and literally like I've had friends who have passed out on the bathroom floor at work because it's just excessive, and then they give you pills to stop it because you have I forgot the name. Sorry, I'm forgetting the names, but it could be endometriosis. It could be the other one where you just excessively bleeding, and they want to do a hysterectomy or a partial hysterectomy, and if you do that, that messes with your hormones as well. So some of the women that I know kind of waiting for menopause so that they can kind of it just stops, but then your iron's too low, and then you're like it's just a cycle. Like you cannot work effectively when you're constantly like losing. So yeah, passing out on the bathroom floor, just literally just, and can you imagine what if you hit your head? Like it's very dangerous, but some employers are just, they don't understand like what's the big deal. It's a big deal. It's be very debilitating. I love herbs and yeah, exactly. I'm trying to minimize and limit what I'm taking. Yeah, I take the black seed oil, not every day, but most days. I've had a bit of sinus issues, but not much, but I've been taking it regularly. Um, I don't know that until a few years ago. Just sharing in case you didn't know. Oh, I didn't know that. So do you hydrogen peroxide, is that something you ingest? I'm not sure. Can you just explain that a bit more, Soil Sister? Or I can Google it. I will look it up. But let me see here. And again, for the menstrual, I don't know how we got. Well, somebody asked, but part of it I found some people eat a lot of meat, and I'm not saying meat's to blame because I do eat meat, but I don't eat as much as a lot of people. And I told them to need to cut back. Some of them did, and they do feel the difference. But some, I asked them what they eat, and when they tell me what they ate, there was nothing living in any of their like the breakfast wasn't any living foods, neither was lunch. Like there's no living foods. What's a living food? Lettuce, mustard greens, cabbage, arugula, fruits, bananas, apples, pears, kiwi, like all the stuff that you would eat raw or that you could even steam and cook lightly, but there was no living foods, potatoes and like just I'm like, and I'm waiting to hear something, and I'm hearing nothing of substance. So I'm like, you're telling me you have a problem. I'm not a doctor, but you're not eating anything that's like in its natural form or natural state, and then you're acting like you're wondering why there's a problem, and you're literally clueless. I'm like, maybe if you clean up your diet, some of this stuff wouldn't happen. Well, it didn't bother me before, but you're getting older. It's not the same. Okay, what did I miss here? Yes, and I have peppermint oil and I have eucalyptus. Lavender, I have lavender bush in the back. It's been there for about 5 years since I planted it, and I've never used it for anything. I have some dry. I'm going to start making my own essential oils once I start doing more research, because I have lavender. I have, the stuff here. My endometriosis is so bad that yeah. And after a while, it's like the pain pills will stop working. And I don't think anybody wants to get to that state where what's giving you relief, oh, good day to you, unicorn lady, stops working. Because what's going to be your solution? Guava leaves and ginger are very good. Thank you, Earth Varieties. Whoops, hold on. Let me see if this is important. I've never had guava leaf, so I'm going to have to look that up. Ginger, yes, I know. And I know sour sap leaf is very good. Again, I'm trying to do more research to figure out. I have all these bushes from back home. Your parents bring all these bushes, and it's like we don't. The information has not been passed down like it used to. Like I didn't have that grandmother to tell me stuff, so now I'm seeking that out myself. We need to know what these bushes are for, what they look like in the nature, so we can distinguish them when we're foraging. Like this is good information. That's why I can't work anymore. Yeah, people think it's a joke. People think that, oh, like it's part of womanhood. It's not that simple. It's sometimes debilitating. Some women had to leave home several times to go and change because it's just coming nonstop. Let me see what demoted. I'm here drinking my hot water and lime juice. Okay, good. That's very good. I didn't have lime and water. Hey, Lion Crest. So that's that. So yeah, woman. Oh, D Macro's giving the medical terms. Yeah, it's not a no. Pour it. Okay. Thanks, Soil Sister. I'll look that up because I do have a lot of peroxide here from. Hey, Plant Garden. Yeah, it's a problem, and it's difficult. It's very hard to live a normal life when that's happening to you as a woman. You're feeling weak all the time. You have no energy. Your iron is low, so they're compensating with pills because you can't get enough to compensate for what you're losing. You're driving. You're passing out. Like it's a it's a problem. Since I stopped red meat, my fibroid have shrunk. Yes, I'm telling you, there's been too many studies about it. And I'm not saying it's the meat because, as you fully know, I eat meat. But what's in the meat nowadays versus 50 years ago, it's not the same. Especially back home in Jamaica, we grow a cow, we feed the cow grass. The cow may get medicine if it needs to, but other than that, it's natural. They butcher the cow and you're eating the natural beef. And then you're not eating meat morning, noon, and night. You may have meat once a day or every other day because it's such an expensive thing. You're not just eating it like sausages for breakfast. Then they're having meat for lunch. Then they have meat for a snack. Then you're having jerk. Like, look at what people are eating. It's like, that's a lot of meat. But anyways, who feels it knows it. So those of you who are feeling it, try decreasing your meat and the quality. Buy high grade quality. Okay, valerian root. Yes. And I heard of it, but I don't think I've ever actually used it. I know valerian root I think it's good for stress, anxiety, and stress, I think. Mind you, herbs are good for more than one thing. See, nothing's just one fix. One herb can fix 5 different things. So you have to okay, I'm getting down, catching up. We don't eat high nutrient dense food anymore. Exactly. You're preaching to the choir. Low vibrational foods means low energy, makes us foggy and weak. And I've been foggy and weak. Back to my previous comment, which I kind of got diverted from. Lashes and I were doing a fast. And I said to her, I'm not sure if it's going to be a fast. Let me just feel the vibe. So now I felt the vibe. So I'm doubled up on my juices. So I'm drinking 3 a day or even 4, and that's a pint. Today I'm going to have to make some more because I have my last one this morning. And I'm just doing I wouldn't say plant-based. I'll say vegetarian. So I'm doing vegetarian because I'm eating eggs and other stuff that's not vegan and it's not plant-based, but it's heavily plant-based. I ate meat usually on Sundays, so that's not going to change. And I've decreased the amount of food. So in the morning, you're having your juices, your teas, intermittent fasting till about 10 or 11. If I have to eat at 10, I eat at 10. There's no, like, if I'm hungry, you eat a fruit or banana. I had a banana already. You have an apple if you're hungry. You have your meals, and anything outside of that is fruit or vegetables. That's what I'm doing. It's not a fast from like food, but you're fasting from processed food and just doing a change. And this week, I'm like, wow. So 2 weeks ago, I was having digestion issues. Don't know why. Could have been just a bug in my system. So, I had the ginger and all these different things. I started back taking probiotics after a week or so, maybe a week and a half. Now I'm like, okay, I'm feeling back to my normal self. I stopped taking all my supplements since, I would say, August, when I started my cleanse from the eczema. Because I don't see the point of cleansing and then taking supplements. It's like you're just flushing them right out. It didn't make any sense. And they ain't cheap. So I stopped taking that. So now that I'm feeling better, I can start bringing back the supplements. Because sometimes you have to take a break. Sometimes you need to, rotate it out. Soursop leaf fights cancer. That's why I'm researching, because my friend, again, fighting cancer for the second time. And the prognoses have been, again, negative. And then this week, another negative. So just, we're trying to find solutions. We're trying to keep positive. We're trying to, find a result to help her. But everywhere that we look, nothing's really helping. The medical is not helping. The chemo, nothing is helping. They have nothing positive to say. That the prognosis is not good. I remember everything was bush. I wasn't interested in figuring everything out. Yeah, everything was bush. Bring that bush. They had no names. It's just bush. Unless something affects you, you can't understand. Exactly. You don't know. You don't know. But I know from my friend, and we had lunch together, she would share. It's not nice. Okay, let me talk to Erica here. She's saying, I had a hysterectomy just because I kept passing out from the pain from the fight. Yeah. And the thing about hysterectomies is that's always their default, especially for women of color. Because we are the ones who get them first at a younger age. Then I think Hispanics are next, and Caucasian women are usually like in their 40s or 50s. They may start experiencing fibroids, different genetic makeup. So Black women have a high amount of fibroids, and it causes a lot of problems. But a lot of it is linked to the Western diet. Some of us should not be on the Western diet at all. And the other person I know who's a vegan has them. It's a problem. But when you're eating processed vegan food, that's not good. But yeah, a lot of women have had either the full hysterectomy or just they left the fallopian tubes for the hormones and took out the uterus. But either way, it's it's a big surgery and it's a big decision and it's a lot. Um, yeah, pain is not nice. And my friend had hers lasered out, her fibroids, and then she got pregnant because that's why she couldn't get pregnant, because she had a child young, and then the child was like 18, 19, and then no other kids after that. And when she got the fibroids removed, she had twins. So now her twins are about 13, 14. And now she's trying to control and she had lasers more than once. She had the laser a couple of times. So now she's like, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm just going to wait for menopause so that it stops. Her cycle stops. And, but she passed out in the washroom. It's difficult. My mom had a history. Did my mom have one? No, she did not. I don't think. Did she have? I think she did the laser. I think mom did the laser, and they wanted to do hysterectomy, and then she was advised, just wait because you were near to menopause, and let it'll go away. But it wasn't so bad with the pain, but the heaviness of the menstrual cycle was unbearable. And just keep an eye on your women, guys. Even your young girls. A lot of young girls I'm noticing are having extreme pain, like on the floor. Have to go home from school, and I had a lot of Caribbean men in my life. They're like, man, this, yeah, basically like I was faking it. Or, man, stop moping around. Stop moping around. I'm not moping around. Like, I literally cannot function. Like, some of them just don't get it. I don't get it. So my mom was always very understanding because she knew, like, she's a woman. She understood. Erica, that's what they had. Sorry, Erica, that's what they want to do with me, but I'm refusing. What I do know, I don't know personally. There's I saw somebody on the radio show with the two guys and the girl. I don't want to call people's names. The two guys and the girl. Champagne, DJ, Jealousy, and the other lady. So if you can figure that out, you'll know. And they had somebody on their program. If you kind of do a Google search, doctor or coach somebody. I can't remember, Coach Jessie or Jessica or something. And she had fibroids and stuff. And then they offer a cleanse. I'm not saying go do their cleanse, but look at the research of the herbs and stuff that they took. They went plant-based and just different things. And a lot of people healed themselves of the fibroids, but it's not a quick process. It's a step-by-step process. And you can pass them out naturally. But it's not an easy process. That's all I'm going to say. It can heal. You can get rid of fibroids. Fibroids are growth from hormones, and certain foods increase your hormones. But people don't want to discuss that because the solution is always laser or surgery or this or that. You have to do some research. That's all I'm saying, guys. Read up, because people are healing their bodies. I don't have that issue per se that bad, but I think I do have some small fibroids, but I've changed my diet so much that I don't have any issues. They may still be there, but I'm trying to, make sure that I don't have any side effects. Let me see here. Life with Marlene, hold off as long as you can, but if it's stopping you living life, get it done. You don't want to harm your body more. Exactly. You don't want to harm your body more, but there are ways. Soursop leaves are good too as pain reliever and good for other ailments too. Yes, soursop leaf. I didn't even know it was so powerful. We have it at the house. Hey, hands in the dirt. Sorry, I didn't see you there. Okay, thanks. He's just popping in. So, do your research, go back to your ancestors, find out what they did, because people are doing stuff from before. Sometimes you have to get medical intervention. You do, because maybe it's too far gone. Talk to your doctor again, get the information, have a conversation. Sometimes a doctor will tell you that you can, wait 6 months and try something else. and then see how it goes. Like, you know, taking the herbs. Last doctor's check, no fibroids. Hold on, but I meant I have stopped meat. Oh, meat. Okay, and you're taking herbs. Exactly. So that's good. You've dealt with most of the problem. So now I have to figure out what else you have to do. Sorry, I'm scrolling down. Let me just catch up to the chat. I had to learn this stuff about women's issues because of my daughter. Part of her problem was her diet, gave her natural alternatives. Yeah, I was talking about something else, and now we're on this. So this is what God wanted. So we're just talking about this. So you all just help each other out, and I'll just moderate. But yeah, it's not a joke, and it can literally affect you living your life. Let me see what Soil Sister. Have your friend switch to a raw vegan diet. Disease cannot live exactly in an alkaline body, but people don't want to hear it. People don't want to. Not that they don't want to hear it. That's not true because people listening, but to apply it, you're talking about people who are used to their oxtail and the curry this and the curry goat and the fried plant. I love me some fried plantain. No, fried plantain and you know, and then you're asking them to just change everything. Some people don't want to do all that, but which is back to my friend who's fighting cancer. When you're watching somebody fighting for life, fighting to live, fighting to stay here, doing all the things, vegan, she stopped certain products, she stopped certain things on her skin, exercise, like everything that you're supposed to do, she's doing it, and then some. And you're still not seeing the results. And then we sitting here, hey, triple threat, we sitting here can do something and we're not doing it. I was a bit irritated this week, you know, thinking about it with my, you know, having a talk with myself and wondering, like, what does it take for us to change? What is it going to take? Because we can't keep doing the same old, and people don't want to sat. Like this week, I've eaten for the most part plant-based or vegetarian meals. I'm not starving. I'm not just like, I'm fine. I'm feeling great. We have to just give things a try and stop having it in our mind, oh, I can't, I won't, I don't. I feel much better. Still checking my doctor, but for me, the meat and oil was my yes. Some things don't work for you, but somebody else won't have a problem with it. You have to figure out what's gonna work for you. And sometimes, as I'm saying, puss and dog don't have the same luck. Cats and dogs don't have the same luck. Somebody will do something once and it's a damaging. You can do something for 50 years. I know people who smoked all their life. They never got no cancer. People got cancer from being exposed to secondhand smoke and got lung cancer. But the one that was smoky didn't get cancer. Like, go figure. This is what happens sometimes. Unfortunately. Yeah. And I know they don't understand, but my issue was that they acting like I was faking it. That, you know, that would piss me the hell off. Like, I'm not faking it. I'm not faking it, but they don't get it. Okay, maybe TMI. Hold on, let me read this. TMI, I am 49 and done with that thing. I eat natural 90% of the time. My sis does not, and she's 3 years older and still has the thing. Yes, we are all different, but I swear you are what, yeah, I agree with you. You are what you eat. And then even people who are going through the change, there's hey, Rock Just Living, there's a link to what you eat. Now, that's not going to solve all your problems because remember, you've been eating the way you've been eating all your life. And some people just, there's a lot of damage that's been done. And sometimes you have to, again, get medical intervention. But, you know, sometimes you prolong things because of the way you eat. And it's not your menses that's happening. It's the bleeding of other things. Sorry, TMI, but I guess this is the topic today. So you have to do your research. What I can say is that a lot of what we've tolerated as women is not normal. Having a painful monthly event is not normal. A little discomfort is normal, but like excruciating pain, road rage, gonna run over people with your car because you're just popping pills just to get through the pain. That's not normal. But we've been so programmed to think that that's normal. Just pop a pill, 2 pills, take this, take that, put a sticker patch on your belly to add heat, like all these little shortcuts. That's not normal. And the amount of that's coming out your body is more than it should be. That's not normal, but we're just so used and conditioned to be, this is how it's supposed to be. No, it's not. It's not. So when you change your diet, you will know what I'm talking about. Sorry, let me just quickly catch up. I used to up Chuck when from the moment mine started, but since I stopped meat, my nausea. Yeah, I know people who would feel that and then literally couldn't function. And until they could function, they couldn't leave to go to work, and they would be late. Sometimes it's like, and people think you're not faking it. Demo was saying, black walnut hulls good for worms and parasite in the stomachs. I got something on my feed about parasites. I think it was Yaki. I'm following him now from Blind Guy. So I think I'm gonna do a parasitic cleanse because it could be. I mean, it's just time, anyways. Whether I need one or not, I'm sure there's things in my body that have just been there, and I have to just get them cleaned out. Don't wait for a problem to arise. Let's get our body in check. Let me just catch up here. My doctor recommends yoni steams, and it did help slow down the flow, but not the pain. Okay, because sometimes there's stuff inside of you that needs to be cleansed out. That explains why she's almost nuts. Oh, did somebody get that troll? I'm probably behind in the chat, but did somebody? I'm sure you guys did. Just I'll block them in StreamYard. Okay, so Soil Sister is just saying, every 7 years, every single cell in your body is replaced using the food you eat. Eat garbage, and your body is exactly garbage in, garbage out. That's yes, that's what it is. But people's diet choices definitely affects them. And young people are getting it. It's younger women who are getting it. That's why I know, because I'm working with these women, and it's debilitating. One lady's been working part-time. Hold on, something. Let me see. Did you guys block? Hold on, D Macro's texting me. Did you block them or did you? Okay. Yeah, just you can also mods if those trolls pop up, just I don't know if you can or only I can hide them from the channel, but it's okay. Just time them out. I'll hide them. I'll block them. Sorry, people don't want the hard route. They want the easy route. So that's what I've been grappling with myself this week, because my friend is like, again, some bad news, all that she's doing, and it's like it's spreading, and it's just I don't know what more she could do. And I'm, honestly, like, she's made all the sacrifices, she's done all the hard decisions, the list goes on, and it's just not. So those of us who don't have what she has, we must can find some things that we can sacrifice or move away from to better our health or figure out what's going on, because she's doing everything the doctor says and it's still not. She's going to the naturopath as well. Like, every route she's trying, and you're hearing negativity all around. Like, some things are only God, but I don't know. Hey, Queen Shar, I see you down there. Let me just see here. But yeah, it's hard to change bad habits, but we're going to have to. We're at an age, just because we're older doesn't mean we have to have a lower quality of life. Like, at my age, I feel better than when I was like young, because I'm eating better. I understand my body better. I'm still exercising. Like, I can do some things differently, but I'm feeling great. We don't have to be 75 and walking around decrepit. My dad's not walking around decrepit. My dad's still independent, still driving, still, all the stuff that you would normally do, he's doing it. Maybe a little slower because you gotta, watch his shortness of breath, but he's living independent life. Still fully lucid, can have a full conversation, sending texts and using technology and the whole stuff. We don't have to be old in nursing homes and being wheeled around by like, that's not the life I'm looking to live when I'm older. So I don't know what you guys are about, but I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna make sure that I can take care of myself. Food grade diatomaceous earth will help with intestinal. Yes, I heard that. And something else. Badass is saying everything in life, it doesn't always have to. No, it doesn't have to be hard. Sometimes we make it more difficult than it needs to be. Cottonwood, your body doesn't crave food when you give it. You're right. Now that I've kind of gone off certain things, I'm fine. But I am craving a filet fish today. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just been craving filet fish. So I just might, cave. But other than that, I've been doing very good, and I'm just gonna keep doing good. Also, well, hold on. Let me just catch up with the chat before I switch. Worms are a great way to lose weight. You'd be surprised. I watched a video on worms, aka parasites. First of all, it's disgusting. But what happens is you're eating, and you're never satisfied because something else is taking the nutrients from you. Obviously, it's going to be processed food and other things because they're not taking, watermelon and kiwis and collard greens, but they're sucking off of you. So then you keep eating because you're like, I'm just not satisfied. And you keep getting fatter and bigger and, and you're wondering why you're hungry. But maybe it's you have parasites, you have worms, you have all the different things that are in your body. And that I saw on this Instagram, it was so disgusting. I was like, this felt like, oh, yeah. I hate seeing worms on the ground or on my plants, never mind that they're actually inside of my body. Anyways, but I think a lot of us have parasites and we're feeding the parasites and we're not getting the nutrients we need. So sometimes worms, you actually gain weight as a result because they're sucking what they need from you and leaving you with nothing. So you just keep eating. Yeah, we eat for comfort and not to live. And we eat sometimes from boredom and just because, like when I watch how many times I was going to the fridge, was I really hungry or just finding something to do? I was bored. And then you end up just eating and you're just popping things, chips, cookies, popcorn, whatever you're popping in your mouth. And you're like, am I really hungry? And then you ate all these snacks. You're still hungry, but you don't feel like, then like, no. Make something, a proper thing to eat and eat it. Don't just be snacking because that's exactly what you get. This mindless eating. Figuring out the cause of any issue will determine what will work to resolve it. Correct. But are we finding the cause? I find the medical professionals are solving symptoms, but they're not finding the root cause. So that's exactly it. A lot of what we're doing, in my opinion, is we're dealing with the symptoms. We are not really finding the root cause. And until you ask your doctor, start, being more proactive with your doctor when you have your appointments and asking questions and saying, well, what about this and what about that? Then you start hearing a more honest dialogue because all they're doing is, oh, you're having this symptom, this, okay. And then they write you a paper or give you some tips. And then they push you out the door next. And then you're gone until you have another problem or another effect. Then you call for an appointment or scans or tests, but they're not finding the root cause. And maybe they don't have time because it's just so saturated with patients that they don't have the time to give you the care like back in the day. But we're going to have to be more proactive. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. Sorry. My pain was used to make me ball up on the floor screaming. Now I take a pill, but want to stop the pill. Yep. I don't envy you because I know people who are literally in that much pain, crying. And then when they go to the they think they're faking. They're not faking it. I was dying a slow death with what I was. Yes. Hey, Audrey Living's Life. I think I'm caught up. I think everyone's just saying hi. Okay, somebody was blocked. So yeah, she's trying to improve her quality of life. Yes, blocked. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. I see you blocked and reported. Thank you, Mama. Because I know that I'm behind. So thank you guys for being there. So yeah, I'm eating. I think that's what I'm doing too, Lashes. I'm eating twice a day. I have lunch because basically I call it brunch because I'm trying to break my fast at 11ish. So that's more of a brunch, and then I have dinner or dinner, like a late dinner, but a late lunch, but an early dinner, and anything after that is healthy snacks, nuts and seeds, berries, fruit, stuff like that. I did have some chips this week, but here and there. Like I'm not sitting here gorging, but sometimes you want a bit of chips, you want some barbecue. I'm trying to buy high quality snacks, not the stuff with MSG, sugar, excess of sodium, and all the different names. It's like, what? I'm trying not to buy that. But yeah, 2 meals. I think twice a day is more than enough. The life that we're living is very sedentary. Sedentary. Is that even a word? Sedentary is the right word. And we're sitting at our desk. We're fairly active, but not like our ancestors. And we're eating 3 and 4 meals a day, like there's just too much food. We need to kind of give our digestion a break. I've been doing that and I'm feeling much better. Yeah, you have to make it a priority. Making it a priority. Hey, good day to you, Psalm 146. Because if you don't make it a priority, time is just going to keep going and you're never going to start. And before you know it, you're going to blink and you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm almost 50. And I have like all these problems with my health. And now you're going to be running up and down trying to fix all of them in one full sweep. And it's like, no, it takes time. It takes time. But keep going. Don't give up. Because even this week I was feeling down for my friend because I'm like, it's hard to keep positive. And you're like, how can you? I know I'm not going through it. She is, but you're trying to keep positive so that she can be positive, and I'm actually getting drained. And because you're like, what's gonna happen? Like her mortality is like right in her face, and the doctors don't have anything good. They don't have a good prognosis. They're running out of options. I've considered giving up meat, but not seafood. Yeah, a lot of people are like a pescatarian, and I was watching today, or I think it was this morning. I was on the phone, and it's like they recommend like fish once or twice a week, but nothing more because of the mercury and stuff and certain fishes. But yeah, even if those of you who are heavy meat eaters, I don't know how often you eat meat. If you're eating it like for breakfast but if you eat it like let's say once a day, and then you go down to once every other day, and try to find other options of things to eat. Just try to slowly decrease. I've done a full Daniel fast, and I can go without meat. I know for 90 days. I did that already. But so now I don't crave the meat. I can find, roast zucchini and make a nice wrap. I can have eggplant. I can have so many tofu. I can have the vegan meat option thingy that they make that's kind of like a meatloaf, whatever. You can find so many things to eat. Crabs in the pot. As soon as you find a way to get better, they try to drag you. Yep, that's very true. And when you start changing your diet, and I guess this is a good topic. So those of you who are having, ladies who are having problems, keep trying to find a solution more natural. Yes, you may have to go with the medical as well, but if you're in better health and better condition, if you have to have a surgery, that's just going to go better for you because when you have a surgery, they want to make sure that your iron is to good level, all the different things that could go wrong. They want to prevent that. So they want to make sure that your body's in a good condition before they put you under. So just even if you have to have surgery, try to yes, Cottonwood, I'm waiting for watch hours. But I'm also trying to get more content out there because I do realize that I've been doing a lot of lives, but I need to get my content that's in the queue. So now that it's winter over here and I'm not gardening as much, just getting things caught up, I will be pushing out more content and shorts and different stuff. But yeah, I'm looking for watch hours. I need at least, I think I'm at maybe 1,500 because I lost hours from my anniversary. So now they took off all those old hours. So I'm basically not even at 2,000. So I need more than half. So that's what I'm working on. Thanks. So yes, you are what you eat. Nothing wrong with medical intervention, but I'm just saying that's been our default. So just find another option, do some more research, get another opinion. Some of these doctors, even though what they're saying may be good and helpful, they don't care about you. You're just a number to them. You're just a customer. There's no care. So just make sure that you know what's going on before you make any rash decisions. Think about it, ask other people about it, ask if there's any other options. technology has evolved. And as I said, my friend had laser, got the fibroids removed with laser. They just, poke two holes in your abdomen, and they do what they got to do and cut them out. So it's not so invasive. Um, I've had somebody try some things first. After a while, they ended up having a hysterectomy. Like, there's different things. Like, just do your research, find out, because after you have it, your hormones are not going to be the same, and they don't explain that. So make sure you know the full picture before you go in there and understand before you make a decision. That's all I'm saying. So just, do your best to make a good decision. Medical doctors are only to diagnose and surgery. They have their purpose, but I'm interested in improving the quality of. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Sometimes you do need to have a surgery. Sometimes you do need to, you break a bone, you have to get the bone set. I had to get a surgery on my bone to pin it in place, and I don't know if I had to, but they recommended it. And I did that, but sometimes you have to just find another route. Medical doctors often don't focus on the natural method. Yeah, there are some doctors who are licensed in medicine and naturopathic medicine. The same doctor has both designations. Those are very good doctors because they'll give you both perspectives. They're not so programmed to give you a prescription. They're trying to balance the whole person. I drink tea. Let me see here. I drink tea and water in between. If you eating all the time, you not thirsty. That too. I'm eating foods that have a lot of water content so that I can keep myself hydrated, because I know my muscles can tend to cramp a lot. Most doctors practice pharmacology and not medicine. They just hand out pills. Some don't even listen to you when you talk. Yes, take charge of your own health. You have to. I've learned a lot from standing up to them. And we've actually said, no, we're not doing that. My mom said no, because you have to weigh the pros and the cons. For my mom, she had a cataract surgery. She never got sight back in that eye. Then they want to do the other eye. So you only have two eyes. I'm already blind in one eye. You want to do the other eye? She said no, because at least I'll have a little bit of sight for the rest of my life. And most likely than not, you will have other issues, or you'll pass on before it becomes an issue, because she was calculating her age, her health, and she had sight up until the end. It was blurry, but she could still see. So she had that independence. She could cut stuff, peel potatoes. She was still cooking, sitting in a chair, but preparing food, and then she could go to the stove and cook. She wouldn't have had that. Another lady who was younger than her did the second eye, and then she was blind in both eyes, and then her husband had to take care of her. Sometimes the doctors are wrong, not wrong in the procedure, but wrong in how it's going to affect your body. My mom said no and had one eye for how many years and was able to at least have some independence. The other lady basically was totally dependent on her husband and her children. And the doctors still get paid and move on with their life and forget all about you. So you have to sometimes, as I said, do what you can live with, because you have to live with it. I disagree, Urban. You need to eat every 2 to 4 hours, depending on what you are doing, but only real natural earth food. Maybe it's just me, but I lost 100 pounds doing that. Every 2 to 4 hours. So is there a time that you stop eating, or and a time that you start eating? Like, are you doing intermittent fasting where you start at a certain time, eat as much as you want, and then stop at a certain time? Because for me, 2 to 4, it depends what you're eating. As I said, I eat 2 meals. Anything else in between is a natural fruit or a vegetable, a hummus or something with vegetable. Like, I'm not eating food. So are you eating? I think we agree, but maybe I didn't explain it. But sometimes we do eat too much. Like, you need to give your body time to break down the food that you ate. So I eat, but I stop eating at 7 p.m. and I start at 11 or 10ish. And am I eating every 2 to 4 hours? Maybe. If if it's in that window of time, because 11, yeah, I would say I'm probably am doing that, but I'm not eating around the clock. There's a window of time where I'm having my food, and my digestion gets a chance to do what it needs to do, and expel any waste and stuff without me having to shove more food back into my body. I don't buy snack food when I buy groceries. That way I have to go get if I want it. Yeah, me too. Often it's not worth it, especially when it's cold outside. But back to Cottonwood, it depends. Like if you're diabetic, it all depends. So, I'm not diabetic, so my mom had to eat like clockwork because to keep, her sugar level so it wasn't too high or too low, but I'm not, so I can kind of get away with that. It's actually and oftentimes if we feel hungry, it's actually we feel thirsty. Drink first, then eat your food to increase hydration. Okay, give me a second here. I'm still trying to catch up. And yet, Marlene mentioned something in this comment. She changed her diet, changed my life quality. Now I can travel and feel better emotionally. There's something about eating properly that's positively affecting my emotions and my way of thinking. As I think Soul Sister said, more alkaline diet is higher vibrational. I definitely am experiencing that, and I definitely believe that. Hey, learning to grow my own. It helps with so many things, and when you're eating low vibrational foods, it's kind of hard to get out that slump. It's just hard. Um, okay, so start saying laser is only an option. She's talking about fibroids if they are not too big. Exactly. And it's some people I know who have shrunken their fibroids with the change of diet. So maybe that could become an option if you do the work to get them to shrink. Then they can do a less invasive um procedure. Yes, I am going to make a playlist. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Somebody already asked me, and I'm going to try to work on it this weekend. So yes, I'm going to make a playlist of the lives, and then I'm going to make a playlist of other videos, and then when I do new videos, when I drop them, I'll put them in a playlist. So I'm working on it. Just give me some some time. I'm trying to get it all done. Yeah, and I'm trying to work on it maybe by the as soon as I can, so that way when you guys start watching, it's gonna make an impact in a shorter amount of time to get the watch hours before you know, I want them to be basically before spring. I'm aiming for spring. But let me get back. Let me see here. Give me a second here. D Mood saying today is day 6 of only fruit and vegetable meals for me, giving my digestive system a break. Yeah, I do that. Sometimes it's good to do that. And then go back to how you're eating before. You just gotta mix it up. You gotta mix it up. Give your body, listen to your body. Exactly. Listen to your body. Oh, hey, Journey with Kiki. I see you there. Let me catch up. Today is a good day to eat some more Edos. I have not had Edo yet. I'm gonna try out. I don't remember what it tastes like. I'm sure we have it, but we have ground provisions all in one pot. So you're boiling yam and Edo and cocoa. So it's kind of like it's all kind of ground provision. Small healthy snacks in between regular meals and nothing. Yeah, nothing after 7 p.m. Exactly. Let me see what Cottonwood's saying. Yes, Urban, drink water first in the morning, have breakfast, snacks are raw nuts and fruit. Never overeat. 3 meals and 3 snacks, and no eating after 8 p.m. Just what? Yeah, so something similar. Something similar. Very similar. I think that works. Giving yourself a window to eat, and then after that, let your body just do what it needs to do. I do want to bring up quickly. Oh, hold on. Yeah. The only issue is what's the something, right? Something every. What's the something that we're eating? Because sometimes we're eating, nonsense. um, give me a second here. Since I stopped garbage food, I stopped crying a lot. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's something different. The moodiness and the different stuff that you're going through. And you're like, it doesn't make no sense. It's the food. It's the fries and the salt and I went and I bought some French fries this week, like the frozen ones from the grocery store. So I went to the store to buy some more fruit for the juicing. Things have gone up in price, but it is what it is. You can still buy things in bulk and try to get a bit of a deal. But I bought French fries because I like to put them in the air fryer. So when I say, I mean like potatoes that are cut up in wedges or whatever. I'm not talking about fast food. And I wanted the ones with the skins on them. So when I read the bag, the amount of ingredients on the package, I'm like, okay, it's not just potatoes and like maybe some salt. It's like all kind of something. I can't even name you this, all kind of long names. So I had to get another brand of fries that were just basically potatoes, oil, and something. Even just buying a frozen bag of potatoes that you think are just potatoes. No. There's other stuff in there. So just read your ingredients and check because you think you're getting just potatoes and maybe some salt and some oil. No, you're getting a whole bunch of nonsense. Let me just quickly catch up again. I'm trying to catch up. Supplementing with water, kelp powder, bladder rack in the evening, in the morning, and homemade vegetable soup. Okay. And then cottonwood, urban, you are getting the vitamins and minerals you need, and so have a positive, healthy normalcy. Lacking makes you feel, yes. Yep. Lacking makes you feel depressed and tired. And sometimes you're not even realizing and pinpointing what the problem is. It's that. You're lacking and telling you the moodiness was problem. And people don't understand what it is. Like you think it's all emotional. And yes, we do have things to deal with emotionally, but sometimes it's the food. A lot of times it's the food, guys, the drink. And we're soothing our feelings with food, and then the food's putting us in a cycle that we can't get out of. And when you change the food that you're eating and become more alkaline, I'm telling you, it does something different. I've experienced it. I can't really put it into words properly, but I've experienced it. And I'm much more chill and mellow because it was just a lot of it was just from the food, just the reactionariness, the moodiness, the sluggishness, sometimes the irrational, behavior, you know, up and down, highs and lows. It was just the food. Give me a second here. So Psalms is saying, okay, thank you, Psalm. Yeah, I'm gonna make a play. Someone did ask, but I haven't got to it yet. I'm trying to get caught up with some videos this weekend, edit them so that I can get them uploaded and posted. And I'm gonna make a playlist. I think it's not hard, so hopefully it's not too difficult. Um, yeah, it's similar to Coco and Dasheen, but it's different. But it's the same family. I don't know the difference, but it's like I know Coco Dasheen. I know Yellow Yam. There's two kind of yam that we have in Jamaica. Hey, Tori's Brain Games. Okay, so I think I'm caught up. Kelp powder, bladder. Give me a second here. Kelp powder, bladder powder, and wildcraft sea moss helps. Yeah, I do sea moss. I stopped. As I said, I give myself some time to take it, then I come off and go back on. Just so I was making sure it wasn't bothering me. I wasn't sure what was going on, so I stopped taking everything, and now I'm bringing other things back in slowly to see if it was that was bothering my digestion or if it was something else. Because something too much of something is just too much. Let me just quickly see here. Some when I was really overweight, I need to get up at night to go. Once I found Mike Dolce, he's a big on drinking water and even suggested 4 gallons a day once I got to healthy weight. Okay, you're talking to some. Yeah, I used to think I was hungry before, but actually I was thirsty. Increase my water, tea, and fruit and vegetables. Correct. I increased my fruit and vegetables, and I increased juicing my greens and stuff. So that's giving me my hydration, my nutrients, and I'm not as hungry. Yeah, you're just hungry, and I was watching this gentleman, this guru, Ayurvedic guru from India. I can't remember his name. but he was talking about hunger. Like we're so programmed, like it's like if you feel hunger, oh my god, I'm hungry, I gotta, and you just start gobble gobble. But it's good to feel hunger. That's a good feeling, and we have to just get more comfortable with it and let your body do what it needs to do, and not just be having our mind on the hunger. It's okay to feel hunger. For me, my food was making me have unstable mental health. I believe that, but people don't want to hear that. When you say that, um, it's hit received a lot of backlash. Water a day. I do water. What do I do? A gallon? I do a gallon of liquids, but I wouldn't say water because I do tea. I do the watermelon juice. I do juice from celery, like other things. So I do, but not just from water. Just so people understand, I never did 4 gallons. I was lucky. Yeah, so good. Okay, I can't even barely get a gallon in. Okay, so soda. Yeah, don't reach for soda. I do like a carbonated drink once in a while. And what I did was just get, like how you have lemon and water. I would get the Perrier or whatever carbonated water, and I would just put lemon in it. And that would give me the illusion of a soda and not all the calories. Or I would do the carbonated water with some bitters. There's a bitters that they have in Trinidad, Agostina bitters. I think some of you might know that. I like the taste of the bitters and the carbonated water. It reminds me of a soda that we had on the plane when I was going to Europe, and they had like the Austrian has like a bitters. It's like ginger ale, but it's not ginger ale. I like it because if I'm having an upset stomach, it kind of settles my stomach. But yeah, you can have. I don't drink soda, but I do like sometimes that bubbly. So I found another way to kind of get it once in a while. I don't drink that often. Uh, Before sleep, I never watched when I drank after supper or snack. Okay, tea. Oh, yep. Also, okay, so Shar is sharing something as well that we found out. Relaxing your hair. So the chemical process of straightening your hair as a black woman is not good. It encourages fibroids to grow. This was her experience. And I think she went natural. So for those of you, um, I haven't relaxed my hair in years, which is probably why mine wasn't growing anymore. I think I was natural for let's say 5 years. Then I relaxed my hair for maybe 6 months to a year, had a bad reaction, burned my scalp badly, went back to being natural. I've been natural again. So basically for almost 10 years consecutively, maybe longer, I've been natural. I don't straighten my hair. So a lot of people are finding out now that the relaxer is making the perm, the creamy crack is making your hair making your fibroids grow faster and bigger. So yes, that's a good information, Shar. So people need to look that up. It's available. The information is available online. If you look it up, you'll start to see the links between the hair products and fibroids. Hey, Fat Ninja, and hey, Coach Mary Ma. Let me just catch up with the chat. And sorry, Good Eats Homestead. Give me a second. Let me drop the link again because I don't think I have dropped it in a while. Give me a second, and I'll catch up with what I'm reading here. And maybe my topic I'll just bring it up next week that I had in mind because it doesn't matter. This is a good topic as well. Fat Ninja, good morning. I shared my community tab that I finally got. Oh, good. Because I had to tell the powers that be to do their job. I'm glad you got it. Anybody else who did not get your community tab, contact YouTube or Google, because a lot of you who are almost at 500, people who are at 100 are getting their tabs. So just email them. Maybe you got lost in the sauce. Email them and get your tabs. I don't know, Gmama, you're supposed to get one as well. I'm scared to ask this question, but I'm really curious and ignorant about your hair. Okay. You could ask. Maybe I should, if you can ask it today, Cottonwood, and maybe I'll talk about it next week because that's going to bring up a whole other topic. So that may be a good topic for those of you who don't know about Black people's hair and hair. But my hair is natural. Natural is like an Afro state, but the kinky hair, and I wear it in braids sometimes. I think I'm gonna get dreadlocks or sister locks. I'm moving towards because I'm not gonna put relaxer in my hair. So, but yeah, you can ask Cottonwood, and I'll just jot it down, and maybe next week we can talk about it because I know it's gonna bring up a big topic. So I'll defer it to next week. Give me a second here. So DeMacro didn't like carbonated beverage water, but I think one reason was I was used to the sugar in the carbonated. I was used to. I did the same as Life Marlene. I cut out the soda. Sugar is not good. And we don't realize how much sugar is in stuff, and we don't realize where sugar is. It's hidden in a lot of foods. The one time I tried to relax my hair, you don't need to relax your hair. I saw your hair. Your hair doesn't need relaxing. And even that, a lot of us relaxed our hair because we felt some pressure to look a certain way, and we didn't need. Okay, so Marlene saying she got her community tab and she had 20 people. So anybody who's still waiting for your tab, just make contact. Some of you, I think DeMacro, make contact with them and let them give you your tab. Give me a second to catch up. Yeah, natural. I know Coach Bearmel has natural hair. And Fat Ninja, I checked out your channel this morning. I was watching your show. I'm just not sure. Are you a gaming channel or are you? I'm not sure. I didn't read your about page, mind you. But since you're here, can you let me know? You were doing a talk show with this other guy, and then you mentioned that 2 other people were sick or on Atlanta traffic. So I'm not sure what the show, like what your genre is. But I was watching you this morning, checking you out. Just give me a second to catch up. I broke up with my ex and went not. Yes. He was petty and only, yeah. I perm mine because of that, but then again, he didn't really care. I am the one who thought he. Anyways, that was my own issue. But yeah, natural. So I'm going to. Okay, so for all women who do, how come they do the fake hair? When I see a woman who have the natural curls, I think it's beautiful. It is difficulty of maintaining. Yes, depending on your texture, it's difficult to maintain. Yes, mine is difficult to maintain. Am I just different thinking the curls? Maybe. When I say natural, remember, Black people come in many shades and cultures. So like my friend Queen Shar, she has soft, wavy hair, what we would call maroon hair, but you don't know what I'm talking about. So maroon hair is like the texture of the Somalian people. They have that soft, wavy hair. I have not that hair. I have coarser hair. So women like me, not always, but generally would either relax or even hot comb. I used to hot comb my hair. Every Saturday was that burning smell in the house, those of you and your mom would hot comb your hair to get it straight because it was hard. It's hard to, we were trained to believe it's hard to maintain and hard to comb. Really, that's not true. And other issues, but definitely that could be a topic for next week because not that it's wrong, it's just it's going to open up all these layers. But the curls, I'm assuming you think curly hair may be like that softer, even like biracial looking kind of hair, or people who have, but natural coarse hair would be like Grace Jones, that texture of hair, and she always kept her hair short. Or who is a celeb? Lupita Nyong'o, that kind of texture hair. That's the kind of hair that I have. So the longer it is, the more difficult it is to manage, especially when you're trying to figure out how to style it. But I can definitely talk about that next week. The fake hair, there's a history to that. there's history to that, but that's for me personally, that's just how we are. We wear braids, we wear weaves, we wear wigs. Some of it's pressure to look a certain way, especially in the professional setting. But I think a lot of people wear, not just black women. I think a lot of cultures wear fake hair. I think black women have just been the billboard for that. But we can definitely talk about that. Um, Plus, it is a good, a good question. They, yeah, look better in the fake. Some people think they look better that way, but that's also part of the propaganda that many people have believed, that black people have believed that you have to look a certain way to be acceptable in society. And maybe that's more so people who grew up in a different culture. If I was in Jamaica or in a country like that all my life, natural hairs everywhere, dreadlocks, twists, sister lock, all that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't have had that same pressure to have a relaxed look as I did here in Canada. So it's not just, it's where you live, where you grow up, the pressure, the culture. Over here, everyone had straight hair. Nowadays, the kids nowadays that are coming up, many of them have never permed their hair. They've never had chemicals in their hair. They've always been natural. So times have changed and shifted, but we'll definitely talk about that. That's a good, you know. Yeah. And what I do find is that white people, is that the right term? Caucasian people don't have a problem with natural hair the way that we think that we do. So I don't know where this came from, but there is issues. There is prejudice in the workplace, because I did see some articles in the US where they had to fight for rights in terms of wearing dreadlocks and certain styles because there was a bias against them. There's a word for that. I forgot the term they're using. You can't discriminate against, hair texture and stuff like that. But yeah, not all black hair curl. But yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. Um, because it's a good topic. Okay, so sorry, let me see. So I don't have a genre anymore. We do talk about games, but we talk about mental health and other random topics on my other shows during. Okay. Um, I do not. I didn't want to use an inappropriate word. I would actually watch a discussion. Yeah. Okay. I'll try to work on that. If it's not next week, I will. Yeah, because that's even in the black culture, that's a very divisive thing. Because when you're sitting down with your friend group and you're talking about it, it's very, yeah, very hot and spicy, because people get upset because it's like, oh, if I want to perm my hair, I want to perm my hair. And then there's a perception that you don't love yourself, and you're not happy with yourself because you're trying to meet this Eurocentric appearance. But we all have different viewpoints, but it's very, it can be a very hot topic. My texture is like cotton. It's soft but lacks curls unless you put the product. Yeah, unless they put product in there. Well, the white women I know that wear wigs also stand on the street. Oh gosh. My issue going natural was my family and job. Not everyone makes you feel comfortable. That's true. I'm telling you. That in itself is another topic. So curls isn't the word, but I mean, okay. You mean I would say texture. We, like, for my hair, like that black, we call it like 4C hair. They grade the hair by texture. And the tighter the coil or the coarser the hair, you're in level 4. So I'm like a 4C. I think that's it's the coarsest texture. And then they have, 3C, which is more of loose waves and curls. But yeah, curls, I think, are texture, or, yeah. Okay, I understand. But yeah, we can definitely, that's a whole other, can be a can of worms. But yeah, it's definitely is a topic. Um, Chris Rock did a movie on that. And when I was at the theater at the film festival, there was no black people but me and my friend in the theater. Everybody else was white. It's funny, learning about good hair and that concept, because it's very, it's a hot topic. But I understand you wanna understand, so I have no problem with that. Um, but yeah, I might get locks or something, because I like I think lashes has locks. Some of you have micro dreads and sister locks. I'm going towards that look. Okay, anyone wants to come up, you guys can come up. I'm gonna take a quick break. So if someone wants to come up and so I can have a 5-minute quick break, or I'll just step away and come right back. And we'll talk about a few other things for another maybe half an hour. Yeah, we're on a good time today because start about 9. So yeah, and then we'll continue. But yeah, I'm natural hair. That's a whole other. It's not just about hair though. It's other categories that issues that it brings up. So yeah, that will be a good discussion. But whoops, let me just address that when I have some more information to discuss it, because I don't want to just talk from just talking sake. Let's talk from some historical context and facts. So anyone wants to come up, just come up now, so you can talk for a bit while I just pop away and come back. So the screen is not empty. And again, if you want to type #urban, that will drop your link. And you can drop the weather in there as well, your city and your state or your province, and it'll tell you your local weather. I don't have it set up for jokes, so I think I'm up to date with the chat. Okay, no one's coming yet, so let me just take a quick not 5 minutes, like 1 minute. Be right back. 1 quick second. Okay, I'm back. Hey, Stardew. Okay, so I'm sure you guys heard this week about what's happening with the recalls for Pine Sol, and just want to quickly talk about that because I just find it ironic that a cleaning product is contaminated with a bacteria, and how dangerous that is. That's very dangerous and problematic. Invalid location. I think the weather. I'm not sure if maybe a nearby city. Is that a? Okay, I'm just checking my updates. Give me a second. So, what do you guys think about that? Did you guys hear about it? First of all, did you hear about the? I'm sure everyone should hear about the Pine Sol recall and how dangerous that is. Yeah, let me find. Give me a second here. I'm on my phone checking. I know I watched. I'll just put it in the search engine. Yeah, so give me a second because I don't want to give you. I'll read it, or I'll play it in the mic. Okay, so this is ABC 7. It's 39 seconds. So this is for fair use. So this is, give me a second here. Not the original one, not the pine one, the other scents, the lemon and the.
multi-surface cleaners and Clorox Pro Pine Sol all-purpose cleaners. The original Pine Sol is not included in the recall. The recall affects products that were sold between January of 2021 and September of 2022.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking.
Let me play another clip from CBS Miami. Okay, did you guys hear that? First of all, can you let me know? Did you go press type of 1 if you heard my phone playing in the mic? I'm not seeing, you didn't hear, so I'm assuming you did hear. Okay, I'll play the other one. I'm not sure.
We have to toss out a popular cleaning product. Clorox is recalling Pine Sol scented multi-surface cleaners in Lavender Clean, Sparkling Wave, and Lemon Fresh scents. The company says there is a risk of exposure to a bacteria that's especially dangerous to people with weakened immune systems. The bottles were sold at major retailers nationwide and on Amazon.
Okay, so between January of 2021, it said, you might have to catch the replay. And something of 2022, and it's not the original Pine Sol, the pine one. It's like the lemon one, the lavender one, and the orange one, whatever that scent is. And it's funny because, and it's a bacteria that's dangerous to those with a low immune system. So he's just spent the last 2+ years, hygiene, washing our hands and bleaching everything. And then the cleaning products that you were trusting are not trustworthy. That is just mind-blowing to me. Hey, Cassandra, that's mind-blowing to me. Is someone getting blocked? What's something wrong, D Macro? Is a Nightbot not acting right? But I will say, I bought the lavender in my lifetime, maybe once or twice, not often. I use the original Pine Sol, because when I read the bottles, only the pine one said it was antibacterial and disinfecting. The other ones, the other scents that they have, didn't say none of that when we're in the heat of the pandemic. So I went back to using Hot and Heavy, the original pine one. So check the pinesolrecall.com website. If you check pinesolrecall.com, it will tell you the SKU numbers of the ones that they're concerned about that have the bacteria. And note to self, there's a lot of stuff happening in these streets. Like, if you can't trust your cleaning products, it's kind of like, wow. So just check out the recall. If it affects you, return. I don't think they want you to return them. I think Clorox will reimburse you, not the store that you bought it from, but just check. Yeah, I use the original Pine Sol, and I have to wonder why that's the only one that doesn't have any problems. Is that different manufacturing plant? I don't know, but I use the original Pine Sol. The other ones don't have disinfecting properties from what the bottle says. I read the bottles and I'm like, if it doesn't say antibacterial, antimicrobial, and kills Kofifi, I'm not buying it. So those ones didn't have those wording on the bottle. I didn't buy them. So check out if you have it, guys. It might affect you. Check the SKU numbers and then send it back. I think you have to throw it out. And I think they're trying to figure out location specified. Okay, something wrong with the weather? Okay, I'll have to check that out. I don't know what's going on. If you type in Ontario, Canada, does that work? Yeah, check that out. There's also a website that tells you about recalls. I was going to show you today, but I don't have it pulled up. But check your recalls. Not all recalls are dangerous for everybody. And what do I mean by that? So there are some recalls that are just dangerous for everybody. So if you check the website, some things had glass in them. There are some products that had Listeria, E. coli. Of course, it's dangerous for everybody. And some things had rubber. Food products I'm talking about had rubber. Some vegan products had egg in them. So I don't have an egg allergy, so that wouldn't affect me. But if you do, then obviously you'd want to know. So just check out. Okay, so something's wrong with Nightbot. I'll have to reset that parameter for the weather. Okay, I'll check it out. But check out your recalls, because unless you seek them out, you're not going to know. Yes, they do them voluntarily, but just be cautious. Now, when people talk about recalls, I don't know. I'm asking a question. You guys tell me. If something has E. coli in it, let's say, but you cook it properly, is it a risk? Is that risky? Like, doesn't everything have some kind of bacteria in it anyways? Isn't the whole point that if you cook your food properly, you heat it up properly, you're killing all the bacteria in there, and then it's safe to consume? Is that not correct? I don't know. You guys let me know, because I'm thinking that if I do proper food handling and heat it up properly, it's okay to eat. Okay, I'll fix Nightbot. What do you guys think? Or is that like, nope? Yeah, it's hard to keep up on all the recalls. It is hard to keep up. And I don't buy that many packaged foods, but I do, like I said, I buy like the French fries to put in the air fryer. I do like a frozen pizza. I do like falafels, and I saw the falafel on the list as well. I'm like, okay, even the non-meat options. Let me see what this, you cannot go wrong with using sodium hypochlorite, common bleach. Yeah, you can't go wrong. I have a lot of bleach. I have a lot of cleaning vinegar, which is the one that's not the regular, stronger. And yeah. So, and some people make their own cleaning products, but just letting you guys know, Pine-Sol has a very big recall on their other scents, lemon, lavender, and the orange one, whatever that one's called. Check it out and maybe be more selective of what you buy. Yeah, heat kills all pathogens. So I know that I'm only saying this to say this, that yeah, the company has to protect themselves by doing a recall because they don't want to be held liable. But we as consumers, with the prices of things going up and the supply, are you going to be throwing out something because it has a E. coli or a Listeria, or are you going to just cook it properly and handle it properly? And when you when you finish cooking, you wipe your counters, you wash your hand, you wipe the stuff, everything is sanitized. Like, it's equivalent to handling raw meat. The same way how you would handle your packaged food, and you wipe everything down. I don't understand why everyone's running around to throw out stuff. I don't throw out stuff. If the heat can kill it, the oven will kill it, I'm going to eat it. That's just me. So I don't know if, again, this is not medical advice. Do whatever you feel to do, but I'm not throwing out. My wife says different. Okay, take care, Soil Sister. But yeah, check your recalls. There's a lot of things that are recalled. They don't tell you. Hey, Prepper Book Club. And when you're eating your food, don't just go and gobble. Like, what do I mean? Like, if you're eating, like, I don't know, I don't eat those pizza pockets or whatever you give your kids, those kind of things. Like, cut your things in half, look inside them, make sure. Like, we're so trusting and it's going to go and pop, eat a patty, eat whatever. You need to kind of check while you're eating to make sure, because there's some like glass and all kind of debris, even latex gloves, they drop off and end up in the food. And just check your food before you eat it. Period. Thanks. Take care, Soy Sister. Double check, triple check, just to make sure. But not everything that's recalled needs to be thrown away. I know we get a lot of recalls for lettuce and greens and stuff like that. And I was never really concerned per se, because we wash our stuff. I think where most people don't wash their stuff was people were trusting the ones that had triple washed on them and just eating them. No, you have to open your salad spinner, rinse them with vinegar and whatever else you rinse your stuff with, and wash them, even if it says it's been washed. Because you don't know what kind of equipment it ran through, if they keep their equipment blades clean and all that kind of stuff. You don't know. Yeah, there was a latex glove and a piece in a chicken nugget. So, irregardless of if something has been washed or not, it says, washed, triple washed, you got to wash it yourself. So, from what I understand, if you wash it with vinegar, it's not dangerous, but again, do your own research. Yeah, you have to, yeah. We were washing our stuff. That's how we were raised. Salt water and some vinegar. Yeah, you got to rinse it off. Then I got a spinner that spins out all the water. You got to spin it out. Paper towel, do the whole thing, dry it, and then you guys consume. The only thing that I would not wash is the food that I grow in my backyard, or like that I know it's there. Yeah, there may be some dirt on it, but I trust that than anything I would buy in the store. If I want to go eat a raspberry on my raspberry bush and don't wash it. Good morning to you, Mrs. Queen. Exactly. Yeah. And that's why a lot of people are getting sick. And I know some children are getting sick. I've heard a bad story on the news, and there was some kind of reaction. And that child literally now has to have full-time care. The bug did some kind of thing to him. I don't know. And it was bad. Okay, so D mode is let's see what he has to say. Give me a second here. I worked in biological research with some pretty dangerous stuff, and we used bleach and heat as our disinfection. And I've been seeing people lately who actually like heat up their lettuce. Sometimes in the microwave, people are actually putting romaine lettuce on a grill. It's like a snooze, recipe. They grill their lettuce and eat it, because that heat will do a little bit of killing of anything. But some people are putting in I don't know, microwaving, but that's why I grow my own greens, so that I can eat them raw and not, even if you're organic and you're growing your own food, bacteria can come on your food. It's in the soil, it's in other things. So it is a good practice to rinse off your stuff in the garden. But I sometimes will go out there and pull off a leaf and just, crunch like a rabbit and eat it. So, and I'm fine, but anything from the store, you have to wash your stuff. Even if it says it's been washed, you have to wash it. Not because of the pandemic, but because of bacteria and other things that are on your greens, because you're eating that, and you're eating them usually raw. And that's the problem. Not the problem, that's the risk when you eat things raw. Now, you can't rinse your lettuce with bleach and water, but vinegar and water, salt. And again, some people maybe use a little bit warmer, whatever. We can all share lemon juice. We can all share ideas, but just a public service announcement. Yes, there's recalls on greens and lettuce. There is, but wash your stuff. That's the point. Whether they recall it or not, whether they tell you, if you wash it, it wouldn't be such an issue. Some people rinse their tea bags before they use them. They rinse it off a bit, and then they put the tea to steep, because there's maybe some chemicals or stuff in the paper in the tea bag. If it's not organic paper, it could have been 50 million hands that touch that tea bag, and machines. Like a lot of stuff that we don't wash, we have to wash. Okay, so peroxide. Thank you for the tip. I forgot. Yes, you can do peroxide. And I believe there's a device you can buy that you put in the water, some kind of, I don't know, UV. I don't know if it works, but there's all these products out there. Maybe you can let us know, D-Mood. 1/10 ratio of hydrogen. Yes. So you need to wash your stuff. All this fear about recalls, don't get me wrong, it's important. We should know what's going on. We should be very careful. But if you're doing proper food handling in your home, it doesn't really matter. If you clean your food properly, you should be fine. But again, do what works for you. I'm pretty sure I can probably safely say there have been things that should have been recalled that weren't recalled that we all ate because they didn't recall it. So we're all still here. Some people maybe not. They're sick, but then they didn't know how to pinpoint the sickness. But just wash your stuff. But keep track of the recalls. If you get a refund, get a refund. But if things get tough and hard and you know it's expensive, proper food handling. I think it was Carbon who mentioned, I think it was her who mentioned in one of her videos that lemon juice is going to be maybe hard to come by going forward, if I'm correct. So I went to the store this week and I just bought a couple of bottles of lemon juice. And the shelf wasn't as full as before, mind you. We've been seeing that a lot for the last 2 years of stuff at the front, but not at the back of the shelf. It's empty. But I stocked up on lemon because that's something that we need. Lemon juice, vinegar, apple cider vinegar. I have peroxide, but I got more peroxide, rubbing alcohol, because you can't clean your food without it. And I'm not going to be sitting here grilling my lettuce in the winter. So that's not going to work. But yeah, stock up on some of these things because the recalls are kind of, in my viewpoint, irrelevant. Doesn't matter. We're going to have to eat. Clean them properly, pray over it, and eat it. That's the long and short. So spend more time and money researching how to clean your food properly, how to soak them from any chemicals or pesticides in the soil or what they spray them with, because you can't always buy organic. That's not going to always be feasible. But some people soak, they peel off certain things. They cut the top or the bottom, like carrots, you cut the top off if it's not, like all these little tricks. Spend your time and energy learning about those things, cleaning your vegetables properly, keeping the chemicals to a minimum, and keeping yourself from E. coli, listeria, and whatever other things are out here that are dangerous, and that's what you need to do. Hey, greetings, FR Humphrey. That's the way that you have to work it nowadays. Things are getting too expensive. For instance, I'm juicing. I'm turning into my mother. That's why I have to laugh. My mother could tell you the prices of things from Jamaica, from England, from here. Like, she had a good account. And it's like, oh my God, lady, like, enough. But now you realize she was keeping track of the inflation. And last year, a 10-pound bag of beets and carrots in the fall, because fall is when we get our good crops, was $2.99. This season, they've been higher than that. Right now, they're on sale for $3.99. I missed that. Well, no, I went to the sale. They had no more carrots, so I got beets. This week, it's on sale for $4.99. So the same 10 bags of produce, so that 10-pound bag of produce that I used to buy for $2.99 is now $4.99. Am I going to buy it? Yeah, because that's the most affordable vegetable to juice: beets, carrots, and usually celery. All the other fancy stuff, you can kind of, buy on clearance, but that's what you have to do. But yeah, the prices have gone up. Let me just see here. Viruses thrive in cold temperatures. Exactly. So your food handling is extremely important. Whether they tell you about it or not, you assume that your food is contaminated and don't have to worry so much about, oh my God, and clean your food properly. Yeah, we cannot relax. If we wait for a recall, it's too late. The number of recalls shows that we can't relax our efforts. Correct. The food handling hasn't changed in the farms. Now we're going into greenhouses. We're moving into greenhouses over here in Canada because, their outdoor growing is limited. That's what's happening. And greenhouses as exactly can hold more bacteria. The bugs are, like, all kind of stuff is there. So even if it's organic, it doesn't matter. The way that things are handled, the machines that they go through to be sorted, separated, and so forth, can contaminate something that was clean. The staff people at the farm can also... Sorry, a second here. Do you play on that piano, or is it... It's a virtual background, D-Mood. It's a virtual background. It comes with StreamYard. It comes, yeah. So you'll see other people probably on the platform with the same house. No, we don't all live together. But yeah, keep that top of mind. So stock up on the lemon juice, because there is going to be an issue potentially getting lemon juice. And I rely on lemon juice, and we all rely on lemons, like lemon and water and all these things. I'm tried growing a citrus tree indoors. It didn't go too well. I'm going to have to watch somebody else who's good at it. So I do want to invest in either a lime or a key lime, because that's something that you need to have. If you live in Florida or somewhere nice, make sure you have a tree, because you can grow outdoors all year round. Have a lemon, lime, or key lime tree. It's very good for your health. Don't rely, hey, Darren, can't stop walking. Don't rely on the stores, because things are not going to be so available. So I stocked up on lemon juice, vinegar, all your disinfecting, things that you could even ingest to clean the bacteria from your body. Some people take a shot of ACV if they're not feeling well. They'll take a shot of that with water to clean out their gut bacteria. That's, to me, is going to be more important than worrying about recalls, because again, those are usually optional, and if they don't have to do it, they don't have to do it unless somebody gets sick and then there's a case against them. So don't wait for a recall. Make sure you start acting accordingly right now. And most of us, I would say most of us, from my analytics and our age group, we know what to do. So just do it. Go back to your ancestors. They didn't have recalls. They didn't have all this stuff. They didn't have internet. And how did they live? They washed their stuff thoroughly. They stored them properly. They sanitized their food prep area before and after handling certain foods and washed it. Like, that's what you gotta have to do, because I don't think we're in a position to be throwing out stuff. I'm not in a position to be throwing out nothing. And what I have, I'm gonna be using them, eating them. I don't care. That's me now. Do what works for you. I'm gonna heat them up properly and put them on a proper temperature and check the temperature that it's cooked all the way through, and I'm gonna eat that. That's just the way it is. I also saw on the news this week, I don't know if you guys saw, it came on my feed. I had to probably look it up because it's very strange. This young lady went to the Dominican for a BBL, the butt lift surgery, the big old body surgery. And I guess the surgeons took out one of her kidneys. And she's missing a kidney. Which is not funny, but it's kind of like, anyways, what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think? Miss Queen, I have a few lemon trees, but my dog keep knocking them off. What is big? Well, at least you have one. That's good. Yeah, it's very important because you can ingest those lemons, you can disinfect those lemons, you can add them to your water, you can create cleaning products with the lemon. The skin is used to dry. You have the oil. All kind of benefits you guys have who can grow your own lemons. I'm gonna have to figure out something here because my calamondin is dead, and she's still in the pot. I don't know why I have it in the pot, still looking at me. But I'm gonna have to. I don't want to invest in the tree till I can figure out how to do it properly because they ain't cheap to get them over here. But what do you guys think about the lady who went to the Dominican Republic to get a BBL? She paid her money, and the doctor took out her kidney. I guess he had a sale for one on the black market, and yep, that's what happened. And I don't know how they figured that out. I'm going to have to pull the article, and then maybe I'll drop the link in the description after. I'll update the description bar with the article. But yeah, they obviously something went wrong, and they did some kind of scan, and yeah, kidney. But this is a problem. Okay, she saw it on MSN. Oh, yeah, this is the problem. Again, it's kind of part and parcel to having people around you. You're going to a country that you don't live in. Hopefully she spoke the language, but she probably didn't. I don't know. So you're going to a country and they know you're coming here from usually the US or even Canada to have this big surgery. There's no family or friends there with you. No one's there watching, keeping an eye on what the doctors do. Like, you're just there alone, and you're being put under anesthesia, and they can do whatever they want to do. I don't even trust the dentist putting me under. And I went under once as yeah. But other than that, you freeze, whatever. You ain't gassing me. Then I had a surgery once and I went under. But even then I'm like, yeah. But to go and do that in another country, I don't think you would catch me doing that. Because I'm so skeptical as it is. I wouldn't do it. But yeah, she lost her kidney. So we already know about organ harvesting, and that's an issue. And kidnapping, women are going missing and kidnapping. Even that, you're going to go have a surgery in a country, you might end up missing. You don't know what people are planning and plotting. So you have to be very careful. And going off to another country, because it's cheaper there. Maybe you're better off paying the full price in America, where you have, insurance and coverage, and there's a better standard of care that they give you. I don't want to be I'm trying to get rid of fat, not trying to add it. Exactly. So, and even the standard of beauty has changed over the years. And even though there's a craze and a increase in people loving themselves the way that they are and the way that God made you, and there's also this craze to be this perfect being that doesn't even exist, because all these pictures of celebrities have been airbrushed and tweaked and edited so much. If you look at a picture and how it's edited for magazine covers, it's not even the same person. It's like, why don't you just make up this person in a computer and just make it up? Why are you taking a picture of somebody and shifting it so much that it's not even a real person? It's not even them. So these girls are under a lot of pressure to look a certain way, and it doesn't even exist. You're trying to reach this goal that never really existed in the first place. That's not a good place to be in. So we need to do a better job of helping people to accept real women, real appearances, your real body, your real size. And some of the surgeries that I'm seeing people doing, it looks ridiculous. It's not even proportional. And then they used to make fun of Black girls with their big booty, but then they're all trying to get this. I'm confused. I'm confused. But yeah, she lost her kidney. And you said it best, Coach Mary Ma. We have a saying in Jamaica. What's it called? The cheapest is the dearest. So sometimes when you go cheap, it ends up costing you more in the long run. Exactly. They go to these countries because it's cheaper and they can get more done. But I think it's very risky as well. We see it's very risky. And I saw another case where a lady was like mutilated. That wasn't a doctor. That was like a hate crime, because she was chopped up, mutilated up, and then you're bandaged up, you come back home and you recover, and then you take off the bandages, and she saw it was horrible. And it's like, now to go and fix that, I don't even know if it's fixable. That's going to take multiple surgeries to fix what he did to her. I don't even know. People are wicked. So do your homework, whatever you do. Those are the risks you encounter when you try to pay pennies exactly on the dollar for cosmetic surgery. So they're so desperate to look a certain way, but they don't want to pay the money. And then you're expecting good results. That's a risk I'm not gonna take. As I said, I wouldn't do it. Mind you, I'm not so worried about what people think, because I understand that even if I were to do something like that, let's say, you're still going to have haters, you're still going to have enemies, you're going to have critics making fun of X, Y, and Z. You can't please everybody. So I just choose not to bother to please anybody. I should just please myself and be happy with myself. So we need to train our young women and boys to just be happy with yourself. You can't please everybody. We're all made, and the same thing that they're making fun of, that they were making fun of before, not everyone's striving to look like that. You were mocked before to being curvy. Now it's like, that's the epitome. How about being happy with the way you are? How about that first? And then if you want to do some tweaks, by all means, do some tweaks. But if you're doing the tweaks to this level and you're taking high risks and going to places that you shouldn't be going to for vanity, I think we have a bigger problem. But yeah, she's missing a kidney. Don't ask me how she knew it was missing. Somebody must have scanned something or had some aftercare, and then she's missing a kidney. And what if they took something else? They could have taken her eggs and be selling her eggs to people to have children that are her DNA, but doesn't even know that they're out there. Like, all kind of stuff can happen. Like, the world has changed. People are all about the dollar. They don't care about you. Make you your best friend and hero, and life is so much easier. Correct. People are never going to be satisfied or happy with you. You have to be happy with you. But this story was just like the craziness that's going on in these streets just to look a certain way. And sometimes these girls are beautiful. They're already beautiful. Some women look like cartoon. Yeah, they look like cartoon characters. So I don't know who they're trying to impress, because most of you men, when you talk to you guys, don't like all that fakey stuff. You don't need all that extra, you don't even like it. So I don't know why women are seeking that out, but they are. So tell your women in your life that they look good the way that they are, and they don't need to change none of that. Get healthy, yes, get healthy. Keep yourself, eat properly, exercise, but you don't have to be trying to get everything so like it's not even real. Who wants everything perfect? You like a little junk in the trunk. You like a little jiggle when you like a little abdomen fat. You like a little jiggle under your, well, not that much, but a little under your arm. It's okay. Everything that you've been through has molded you into who you are. And taking a shortcut, yeah, they could have taken her soul too. Who knows what they would have taken out her body? Anything that they could have taken that she wouldn't have noticed. I'm telling you. So let's keep up to date with the news, see what's going on, and tell people, because especially these young girls, because sometimes you don't know that they want to go and have surgery. They don't feel adequate, and that's what there's on their mind, and they're saving for a surgery, and they don't need it. So let them know the risk. If you're gonna do it in your own country where there's standards of care and there's people to support you. Don't just go off, fly somewhere and let somebody mutilate you. Like, that's, some of them take pleasure in doing it, like screwing your life just for fun, because you're going to go back to your country. You can't, well, maybe you can sue them, but it's very difficult. She's lucky to be alive. Yep, she is lucky to be alive. FR. A real pity that we take so much time to understand these things. I just pray people will learn more from other people's. Yes, I'm hoping that we can learn from other people's mistakes and we don't set ourselves up for failure. I'm going to wrap it up now because it's 11, so we've done 2 good hours. Thank you all for coming in this morning again, as per usual. We'll talk about some other articles next week, as well as some, prepping information and tips. Most of us are getting ready for winter. Winter's kind of already here, and for some people. So, things are on sale. Find the sales, find the deals, and stock up. And let me just see what Queen's saying. But to anyone who wants to get it done, none of my business. Do you? Yeah, exactly. But be careful. Be careful what you do, where you do it, and when you do it. Do your research and research the doctors and stuff. Don't just go anywhere willy-nilly and doing stuff. That goes for anything, because who's stuck with the problem? You're going to be stuck with the problem. Hey, GT Jr., we're just wrapping it up. So keep prepping for winter. Sometimes things will cost you a bit more money. As you heard, I'm going to buy some hens, but it may cost me a bit more, but I got to do what I got to do because I have to learn these lessons now before I need to be self-sufficient. Thanks, Tammy. Be kind to yourself, as always. Be patient with yourself. Hopefully you guys will listen to this again. But for those of you who are having fibroid, we talked about fibroids, endometrial, all the different stuff, women's health. Do some research. Talk to your doctor. You can make an appointment and just have a conversation about certain things you're looking into. They can tell you about new techniques that they can do to make things less invasive. And just figure all that stuff out before and find other options. Change your diet. It's that important. Even this week, I'm feeling so much better with a change of diet. And don't believe the lie that eating healthy costs more money. You choose to spend where you're going to spend. You're going to either spend it now or spend it on medication later, first and foremost. But there are things on sale. If you buy things in season, it's more affordable. If you buy things in bulk, it's more affordable. And you can buy things on sale. I went to a store and I bought most of the stuff on clearance. I don't need to have the freshest apple to juice. I can buy one that's on the clearance rack, a whole bunch of them on sale, and juice them. So you pick and choose, and even for your smoothies. So shop with a bit more objectivity and don't get stuck. You can find deals. You can find I went to the store and I saw a meatloaf for half price. So that's in the freezer right now. I bought some salads, some kale salads, organic, half price. If you go to the store, if you're able to go to the store more frequently, it's not out of the way for you, and you have some high-end stores in your area, pop in more than once a week and look in the clearance rack. You'll see some nice quality items, especially in the fresh food, like the chickens, the fresh chickens and the hot food. They'll put them on clearance at the end of the day or the next day. So, oh, and that too. Thank you, Mrs. Queen. There is a huge medication shortage. So that's not going to be right. So you need to get yourself healthy. Okay, I will do that. Thank you for that tip. Type in FDA medication shortage. So that is perfectly in line with what we talked about. Find your solutions now. Get yourself healthy now. And let's come off of these if you can, medications. Some of us need certain medications. That's fine, but try to come off as many as you can. Heal thyself, as G Mama always says, heal thyself. And it takes active involvement in your own health. Don't depend on anybody else. You have to depend on yourself. So thanks for popping in. I'll see you next week. I think I know I have a date. Yeah, next week I'll be here. I have to leave on time because I have a dental appointment, I believe, next Saturday. So, but I'll schedule it in time. But thanks for coming in. Have a great day. And we'll see you next week. I'm going to probably do a pop-up in the week so I can get more WH, but we shall see. All right. Have a blessed week, guys. Take care.